And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is a new episode of Everything Netflix. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying these news segments. What I like to do in these news segments is tell you the most important bit of news first and foremost, as quick as possible, and then give you a bit of extra info at the end. I don't want to waste your time, so I hope you're enjoying them. So I have 3 topics to discuss. I'm pretty excited about all of them. Hope you find it informative. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, and if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and share it to those that you think would enjoy this and it might find it informative. First up is Extraction 2. So if you've been watching anything on Netflix, I'm sure you've heard about Extraction if you haven't seen it yet. It's one of Netflix's biggest films, and most expensive and also most watched. Now, and although Netflix don't hand out their stats, they have come online and said that this is one of their most watched and they're very proud of the team behind it. So when you've got a team like the Russo brothers and Chris Hemsworth, you've got that team behind the Avengers or the MCU, some of it anyway, and you take Netflix, who are funding it obviously, and you put that together, it worked for them. And Sam Hargrave directed, and Atomic Blonde is obviously one of the ones that he did, and the action sequences in that, you can see what he took from that film and put it in Extraction, and I for one loved it. You can check out our review. So I wasn't sure whether we were going to get a sequel, especially because of that end sequences where people weren't sure whether it was or it wasn't. I'll let you figure that out for yourself. So we are getting a sequel. So whether it's a prequel, I don't know. Whether it's a direct sequel, I don't know. But Extraction 2 is coming. Sam Hargrave will helm again, and Chris Hemsworth. I did this last time as well. Chris Hemsworth will be the main protagonist. I'm hoping for some of the other characters to return. I don't see how that would work, but there's a couple of characters I'd like to see again in this universe that are obviously now creating. I'm for one, if they're going to do action like they did, can they strike twice like a John Wick series? Maybe. Not everything has to be a universe, but this looks set to be one of Netflix's more profitable. And talking about another number 2, Bright2.
Don't worry about that.
A few years ago, we had the Will Smith-centric fantasy adventure film that was a lot of fun. I was one that actually really enjoyed it, and it had a bit of mixed responses. And we heard back then that number 2 was going to be made, but we weren't sure when. It seems like there's movement on this project now. So replacing David S. Goyer as director is Louis Leterrier. Goyer is still involved in the writing team. There are 2 names that are confirmed, Will Smith and Joe Egerton. It's likely to be the end of 2021 or 2022, unfortunately, along with Extraction 2 as well, that we'll see those 2 number 2 films. Because of our current status, most places in the world, filming places, are actually held back now. They can't go to work. We are seeing some of that change now. Some places are kind of stepping back and we're having people go back to work, but unfortunately that does mean that all the things we were expecting to come sooner have now been pushed back at least 6 months. So it's going to take a while for these projects that we thought were coming soon. Obviously they've been pushed back, so end of 2021 and possibly beginning of 2022. And although this is not number 2, it is number 4, the 4th series in the Rick and Morty show. I'm sure if you've watched the previous episodes, you've been really anticipating highly whether at Netflix we're going to get the next ones. If you're in the UK, you're probably pretty sad that some of the other parts in the world have gotten this series first, but I can say happily that we are now going to get the new season. I think it's the beginning of June. So Rick and Morty will be heading back to Adult Swim for their final 5 episodes, but all the other regions that haven't had it, like Netflix, will be getting that new season added. Those final 5 episodes are due out in the end of May, and so we should see, according to Netflix's UK account, that new episodes in the final season will be here. So let me know which of those you are most excited for in Netflix. Extraction 2, Bright2, Rick and Morty Season 4. Which of those are you most excited for? Personally, because we're going to get Rick and Morty sooner, and I don't know when we're going to get to see those 2 others, I'm looking forward to the new season of Rick and Morty finally. Thanks so much for watching this new segment, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.